Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to NoDQ&A video once again here on NoDQ.com, the YouTube channel, and NoDQ&A videos affiliate, ringsidenews.com. I am back once again with the protest beard, which I will be keeping until WWE shakes things up. And they have three opportunities at Fastlane. Number one is for a Roman Reigns heel turn. Number two, a Dean Ambrose heel turn. Or number three, Ambrose wins the match, the triple threat. I'm only asking for three things. That's it. If one of those three things happens, this beard will be gone first thing Monday morning after the pay-per-view. So we'll see what happens. Enough of that. Got your questions here. This will be a Daniel Bryan heavy edition of NoDQ&A video. So let's get started with the first one today. More questions regarding Bryan's retirement and other topics. First one today comes from Aaron B3872. Hey Aaron, what is your opinion about Daniel Bryan's interview with Jonathan Coachman? Explains a lot why he retired, thanks. The biggest revelation from this interview was that Bryan was suffering from post-concussion seizures, and that is some scary shit. I will say that makes it even more logical for him to step away and just call it a career. He mentioned having 10 plus concussions, and they're not even sure how many he's had exactly. It really made sense. It made sense for Bryan, for personal reasons, to step away, to not risk his long-term health. He made a lot of money in WWE. He lived his dream. He got to main event WrestleMania. He left WrestleMania as the WWE World Champion. He had great matches all around the world. It was really something that needed to be done. So I hope after hearing Bryan's speech on Raw and hearing the interview on ESPN, the fans will, over time at least, I mean, I'm sure some have accepted it. Some were accepting it before the announcement even happened. But I know there's still some fans out there that think maybe he'll come back. Maybe he'll have one more comeback run. Maybe he'll appear at WrestleMania in one more match. I think fans just need to realize it's the end. He had his run, and things happen, and it's time to move on. And I got this question here from Philip. Daniel Bryan has retired. The fans will be looking for a new hero. I think Kevin Owens would be the perfect anti-hero. Your thoughts? I think Kevin Owens would work well as the new CM Punk. I could see Kevin Owens coming out there and doing the type of character that CM Punk was doing, the anti-establishment, and maybe doing a pipe bomb-like promo. Kevin Owens would work well in that regard. But as far as somebody being the next Daniel Bryan, being the next babyface underdog character, which is quite different from what CM Punk's character was, I think that the logical choices are Sami Zayn. He would be a perfect fit. I think another person would be Cesaro. Cesaro has been very loved by the WWE fans, and his push was stalled last year, and then he got hurt. I could see him coming back and becoming a top babyface that the fans get behind. Definitely either Cesaro or Sami Zayn. Those are the two best candidates at this point. Maybe even AJ Styles. Alright, this one comes from Jimmy. Hey Aaron, apart from WrestleMania 30, what was your favorite Daniel Bryan moment? Please answer in video. Well, this is a bit of a biased answer because I was there for the show, but I would say Daniel Bryan winning his first WWE Championship at SummerSlam against John Cena. And actually, I put up a poll on NoDQ.com, what was the all-time greatest Daniel Bryan WWE match, and currently the match with John Cena is winning with the WrestleMania matches close behind in second and third. So I would say SummerSlam just because that was arguably Daniel Bryan's best WWE match, one of Cena's best matches, and it was Daniel Bryan's first WWE title win, even if it was a short one because of the cash-in. Alright, this one comes from DJ Greatness. Do you think WWE may put the Divas title on Brie Bella at Fastlane due to Daniel Bryan's retirement? Please answer in video. This is an interesting question and an interesting concept because up until the Daniel Bryan retirement, I was expecting this to be nothing more than a filler match with Charlotte easily retaining the title and then going on to WrestleMania to face Sasha Banks and possibly Becky Lynch in a triple threat. Now, with Brie Bella and the Daniel Bryan situation, there may be a push in the company to have Brie Bella win the title here and have her win in honor of her husband, Daniel Bryan. I could see this as a possibility now. I still think the best outcome for WrestleMania is Sasha Banks winning the title, but maybe WWE could set up a fatal 4-way match with Brie Bella defending against Charlotte, Becky Lynch, and Sasha Banks. That way, you know, it accomplishes two things. You get Sasha Banks in the title match still, and also, we all know how WWE likes to do the multi-person matches at WrestleMania, so everyone gets the big chance in the spotlight and the big payday. So you get 4 divas in one match, and that would make sense at least. So I could see that happening. I think that is a decent possibility. Of course, I think there's still a good chance Charlotte will just flat out win. WWE will stick to that plan, and Sasha Banks will win the title at WrestleMania. So we'll see what happens, but I would definitely not rule it out. Alright, this one comes from Brooke, the Tokyo Fox. Thoughts on Divas tag team titles? With ladies waiting in the wings and powerful talent coming out of NXT, I think the time is near. For the most part, I'm against the idea of more titles being introduced into WWE. I think there's enough already, but I will argue that with the Divas division, if you were going to add another championship, this one would seem to make the most logical sense. You do have more divas coming into the company, not just WWE, but NXT as well. And you're having more diva segments in general. The divas are sometimes getting 2, even 3 segments on Raw now. So why not have one segment dedicated to the Divas title, the main title, and then another segment dedicated to the tag team titles? You might as well. And if WWE's taking the Divas Revolution seriously, why not add the Divas tag team titles? And once again, that would give the divas something else to do. You know, it seems like there's so many divas on the sideline with nothing to do right now when you have just a couple of divas fighting for the Divas title. You know, this would give other divas like Natalya a chance to have more television time and have something to fight for. So I actually think that that's a good idea if WWE was to introduce another championship. Alright, this one comes from Grant Peoples. What are some of your favorite tag team matches in wrestling history? Anything that Teddy Long booked. Just kidding. As a child growing up, my favorite tag team match was the Hart Foundation versus Demolition, 2 out of 3 falls at SummerSlam 1990. In my opinion, probably the best high-profile WWE tag team match of that era, the Federation/Golden Years era, whatever you want to call it. Of course, the TLC matches with the Hardys, Edge and Christian, and the Dudleys, in particular, the SummerSlam match, the TLC match, and then the follow-up at WrestleMania 17, and then the Fatal 4-Way TLC match in Anaheim in SmackDown. I believe it was May 2001, when Jericho and Benoit were added to the mix. That was an all-time great tag team match. And in recent history, take your pick of the Shield matches. I mean, there were so many great Shield tag matches. TLC 2012 against Team Hell No and Ryback. The match where the Shield finally lost when they faced off against Team Hell No and Randy Orton. And there were so many more. The Wyatts versus the Shield at Elimination Chamber 2014. The Shield had a lot of great tag team matches. And I'll get to the Shield in a few minutes here. But those would be some of my favorites that I can think of off the top of my head. Alright, and this one comes from Callum. First time asker, what did you think of Tazz and Michael Cole as a tag team again, as a commentary team again? I thought that they were great. Please answer in video. I have tag teams on the mind here. I'm not sure what your question is exactly, if you're asking what did I think of them while they were a team, or what do I think about them becoming a team again. I guess I'll answer both. I did enjoy them as a team back during the brand extension era. I thought that they worked well together. They had good chemistry. And as far as Tazz coming back and working with Michael Cole again, I would prefer that over JBL, quite frankly. I would be fine. I would actually be fine with both Saxton and JBL being replaced by Tazz. To me, that would not be the worst idea in the world. It's just a matter of if Tazz wants to do it and if WWE wants him and if they can come to a deal. But I will say on the record, I would like that idea of Tazz coming back and replacing JBL and Byron Saxton. So, anybody out there listening that has influence, there you have it. Alright, this one comes from Jake. What matches and feuds would you have booked if The Rock and Stone Cold had stuck around full time for another year in 2003? With Steve Austin, if he had stuck around for one more year, I would have gone with Austin versus Goldberg. I mean, that was the dream match, and they were so close to that match happening. Goldberg, unfortunately, came in literally right when Stone Cold was retiring, and they just missed on that opportunity to do the all-time dream match, Austin versus Goldberg. Such a shame. With The Rock, I would have done two matches. I would have done The Rock versus Shawn Michaels. That was one of the matches that fans had wanted to see for years. Another dream match that never came to light. And Rock versus Brock, the rematch, coming off SummerSlam 2002. In 2003, Brock Lesnar was red hot. They could have done a Rock versus Brock rematch, and I think that would have been a huge pay-per-view main event. So those would have been my choices. Alright, this one comes from Matt. Hey, do you think Undertaker and Kane should be inducted in the same year as individuals and as the Brothers of Destruction? Please answer in video. I think it's not necessary to have both of them go in the same year. I think Kane was a big enough star and an iconic figure in WWE that he can be a headliner on his own. So I'd rather see Undertaker go in one year and Kane go in another year. Kane doesn't really need to be the second from the top. He can be the headline attraction for the Hall of Fame, in my opinion. That was such a classic character. As far as them going in as Brothers of Destruction, I mean, they were a great team, but at the same time, there's a lot of other great teams that haven't gone in yet. So I think unless you're really desperate, I would wait on that. Maybe down the line after both guys have gone in as individuals, you could consider that if you're short on ideas for people to put in. I just don't see them as the top of the list for teams, but you could definitely consider it down the line. And speaking of Hall of Fame and tag teams, after Reigns, Ambrose, and Rollins are all done in WWE, will The Shield be inducted into the Hall of Fame? Please answer in video. Even though The Shield had a relatively short life as a tag team, the end of 2012 through the middle of 2014, maybe a year and a half, they still made a huge impact, and all three of them went off to be successful, and as a group, they had some of the most entertaining WWE moments in 2013 and 2014. Earlier I mentioned all those great tag team matches that involved The Shield. Almost on a weekly basis, Raw and SmackDown were worth watching just because of the Shield matches. So as a group, they really accomplished a lot of great matches, and three major superstars came out of that group. So one day I think that would be a solid choice to have the Shield go in as a group in the Hall of Fame, but that is way down the line. Alright, so that'll wrap it up for this edition of NoDQ&A video. Thanks as always for watching. Check out NoDQ.com for the very latest news and rumors regarding Fastlane. Subscribe, give this video a thumbs up if you like it, and I will see you guys next time for more NoDQ&A video.